word we're going to use is congruent. We use congruent as another word in geometry for equal. So angles that have the same measurement is what we call congruent. So, in other words, congruent just means equal. It literally just means equal. So if I say something's congruent, I'm just saying they're equal to. In geometry, we use the word congruent, though, because we're talking about space. They take up the same amount of space. All right, so first relationship we're going to learn about is what we call vertical angles. I like to think of vertical angles as you're giving someone a handshake. So right across from you would be a vertical angle. So vertical angles are formed by two intersecting lines. They're formed by two intersecting lines that are opposite each other. And their angle measurements are equal or congruent. So they're also congruent to each other. I'm shortening words, you don't have to use it right now. Can you just say equal? Equal but congruent. Congruent is a better word, but congruent, like we just learned, means equal. So I'm going to number the angles in here. You can number them however you want. I would recommend numbering them like these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice how I'm labeling right inside the angle. Right inside the angle. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a set of vertical angles. And vertical angles are congruent, which means if one is 100, the other one's 100. So angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical because they could shake hands with each other. One could reach over and shake hands with 3. That's why we call them vertical. So angle 1, and that's the sign for angle, is congruent to angle 3 because of vertical angles. You have to be able to explain why they're equal. We know 1 is equal to 3 because of their vertical relationship. What's the other pair of vertical angles in here? Jack. Angle 2, angle 4. Angle 2, angle 4. Questions on vertical angles. You guys have probably heard these words before, supplementary and complementary. Complementary. So if you know your alphabet, you can do these. Two angles that form 180 degrees are supplementary. Two angles that form a 90 degree are complementary. If you can remember the alphabet, you can remember this. C comes before S, 90 comes before 180. So supplementary 180, complementary 90. Everybody listen? All right. So, looking at these, Chase, is this supplementary or complementary, these two angles? Are they supplementary or complementary? Supplementary, because they make a straight line. They make 180 degrees. So we call these supplementary. And knowing how to write an angle is super important. So we say angle AOD. So angle AOD. You can't just call it angle O because O belongs over here too. And then I do DOB. You can also do BOD if you like. So angle AOD plus angle DOB equals 180. That's how we know they're supplementary, because they're forming that straight line. I want you all to try to write a statement for this one. They're complementary, which means they add to 90. So try to write a statement very similar to mine using these two angles. You can work with your triangle. So hopefully, whatever you wrote, B just has to be in the middle, because B is the vertex. So you could have had angle DBA plus angle CBD equals 90. You could have had angle ABD plus angle DBC equals 90. There's multiple ways, but that's just two ways. But make sure B is your vertex. Make sure B is your vertex. Everybody good? All right. I want you all to try these two at the bottom, except where it says 100, make it 80. And I want you guys to figure out angles 1, 2, 3, and 4, and angles X, Y, and Z. And I'll walk around and help, but I just want you to try it. I want you to try it. So first thing you can do is put an 80 here. So if you know that's 80, you should be able to find another one that's 80. There's multiple ways you can figure this out. I choose to do the 180 route. Some of you like to do the 360, which is fine. But if you knew this was 80, then you knew 2 was 80. And then I like to think 4 and 1 have to make 180. So I knew this was 100. This was 100 because the vertical angles. If I add them all up, I should get 360 because they make a circle. So 100 plus 100 plus 80 is 360. Over here, if this one's 76, this one's 76. They have to add to make 180, so 104, 104. If you added all those up, you would have 360. Any questions on a transversal is the diagonal line that cuts through here. So we're going to start with looking at corresponding angles. We're going to start with looking at, you have to take notes and write at the same time. Stop messing with things. Okay, so corresponding angles. When you say you correspond with someone, that means you match. That means we're similar. We're matching in some sort of way. So corresponding angles lie on the same side of the transversal and same position on the parallel lines. They also are going to be congruent. They're also going to be equal to each other. So I'm going to tell you a pair of corresponding angles, and I'm going to have you guys do it on your desk. 1 and 5. Angle 1 is equal to angle 5 because they correspond. 1 is above the parallel line and to the left. 5 is above the parallel line to the left. Right now, I want you to put your markers on a pair of corresponding angles, but not one. Interior angles, alternate interior angles have to be inside your parallel lines and opposite sides of the transversal, and they are also congruent. They are also congruent. So one of them, an example would be 3 and 6. Angle 3, angle 6. They are alternate interior. They're inside the parallel lines, and they're on alternate sides. 4 and 5 are also alternate interior. You guys try